Hey yo, Dashers, I think I just got the biggest earnings update I've ever seen on DoorDash. I just got an email about the Catering Claim Ahead program, and we finna go ahead and discuss it. And I'm not gonna lie, this could completely change the game when it comes to doing DoorDash. How I schedule shifts, how you schedule your shifts. The real question is, does it really mean more earnings, or is it just more responsibility for basically the same pay? If catering works the way they say it does, this could be a way to consistently get high-paying orders instead of being out there gambling all day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is DoorDash offering? DoorDash is offering you acceptance into a high-performing Dasher catering program, similar to the programs they've had in the past, the large order program, the drive program. They say you can view catering orders up to 7 days in advance. You also get access to scheduled high-value deliveries with a claim ahead system instead of random dispatch. Now, that right there is already different from the normal DoorDash, because normally on DoorDash, you log on to your scheduled dash. You might drive to a certain area, you might have a certain strategy, but the point is, you basically sit around and wait for orders to come through on your phone, and when they do, you accept or decline them. But with this, they basically saying here are higher paying orders, and you can also plan your day around them accordingly. Now, why are catering earnings higher earnings? Why? Well, because catering orders have a higher subtotal. Imagine this. If a customer's ordering $20 to $50 worth of food, let's just say they going off a recommended tip, it's going to give you a percentage of that overall subtotal. And the same thing applies to catering orders. Percentage tip is going to be substantially higher than it would be on your average food delivery order. So that right there, the orders being larger size equals a bigger base pay and a bigger tip. You're more likely to include tips from businesses. Businesses a lot of times have an allocated petty cash account or some type of to-the-side account that they use for buying food, for parties, for events, for whatever. So that's a big reason right there, because if you added multiple businesses to your route on a day, on a week, on a month doing these deliveries, that's going to be a substantial increase to your earnings. Another big point is, if you're doing more catering runs, even though they may be a little bit more time consuming, that means you're going to be doing less runs overall every single day. Big W right there, if not only for that reason by itself. Now, the real Dasher example going to be like, your regular order going to be anywhere from $6 to $10. Let me know in the comment section below, what is your average order value in your market on small foods? When it comes to the catering orders, you can see some that are cheap, don't get me wrong. But for me, I'm looking for anywhere between $20 and $60 as a starting price on the catering orders. Let me know what you look for as a starting price on catering orders, because this is where the real money is. Catering orders are going to exponentially increase your earnings over the course of a week or a month once you get them figured out and get them properly fit into your schedule. Having those orders scheduled ahead of time is going to not only benefit you, but give you peace of mind knowing that you got guaranteed earnings, short of things out of your control happening, like the order being canceled or something. Now, since you're not doing three small orders to make your $20, you're doing one order and it might be $20, $30, or $50. So let's break down the catering versus normal DoorDash. To all those out there who not familiar with how DoorDash work, or those who may be new to the DoorDash platform, let me break it down for you. Normal DoorDash, all your offers are random. You can have repeat customers, but for the most part, the order flow that comes through to your phone is going to be sent out to you with a randomized algorithm. That's just how DoorDash operate. There's a few variables inside the algorithm built in to maybe add a little less variable and a little bit more specificity to the order distribution, but overall, it's a random system. They don't know who gonna be out there, or if they gonna be out there for that long. So for that reason, they sending orders to whoever is available. Yes, your acceptance rate might matter. Your proximity to the merchant may also matter, but for the most part, they not waiting on you to log on to DoorDash to send out that order. Them orders is going out whether you logged on or not. And on normal DoorDash, at least for me, it may be different for you, but at least for me, I have a super high decline rate. If you've seen my live streams, I'm declining orders all night long. I'm declining basically 20 orders back to back sometimes. 1 out of every 20 orders is probably what I'm taking on. The normal version, no catering involved, no large order program. Most of the tips are gonna be low tips, and that's the common theme on DoorDash. Low tip or no tip for most customers, most low paying orders. And it's gonna be a lot of waiting depending on if you, well, no, I can't really say it's guaranteed to be a lot of waiting. That one is kind of market to market. It's market dependent. You may have a market where it's non-stop orders all day. They may be good, they may be bad. So market to market, there can be some waiting, some downtime, some dead time. You are getting pre-scheduled orders. That's a benefit. You're getting bigger payout and bigger payout potential because it's still hidden tips on the larger catering orders. DoorDash high tips on no matter what kind of order it is. You have a more predictable schedule, meaning that if you got a catering order scheduled at 3 p.m., then another one scheduled at 5 p.m., you know that you want to be out there working during that time frame, and you're going to work around your catering orders. And overall, you're going to have less time wasted on your shift, and you're just going to be happier, more profitable, and it's going to be a better experience. So this is the first time DoorDash is actually giving, well, I'm not going to say the first time. This is the first time in a long time that DoorDash is actually giving drivers that extra added level of flexibility when it comes to the planning power that you will now have if you get accepted into this and you start using that in conjunction with your other apps that you already got scheduled catering with. You may get to a point where you don't even need to do small orders no more. And in delivery, work and time equals money. So how much work is entailed in the task or the job or the gig? How much time does it take? And how much is that gonna pay me? That's the equation right there. Anything that saves you time automatically increases your earnings. It's a very, very simple equation. Now, how is this gonna impact your strategy? I'm very, very curious to hear below. Let me know in the comments, because for me, once they send me this email, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm about to do. I'm about to start scheduling my shifts around catering orders first and foremost. I'm gonna focus on lunchtime, office catering window time. It's gonna be catering orders at dinner time, but I want to focus on them business catering orders. You know, I'm looking at them lunchtime catering orders. I'm going to be trying to avoid the dead hours by planning ahead. That's my overall goal with using this new program. Now, instead of just logging in and hoping for $100 a day, you can actually build a plan around whatever pre-scheduled catering order you got in your queue. You can build a plan around that and have much more success and ease at attaining your goal. Y'all know me, $100 a day keep the W2 away, and a couple catering programs make it way more easier to hit that goal. Now, if you land one $40 catering order around the lunch rush, that can change your whole day. That $40 order can be the difference between you having a strong hourly rate or a weak one. Not every catering order is going to be a big one. Not every catering order is going to be a great one. Some still will have average payouts, so you still will have to learn your market, learn what's worth your time, learn what's not worth your time, learn which merchants is good as far as they customers tipping, learn which merchants ain't so good and they customers don't don't be tipping too well. And once you get all that figured out, that will also help you build and formulate your plan around your schedule. Look, even though we're talking about catering orders, larger orders, you still are going to need to be selective for those purposes right there. For me, a good day with a catering boost would be an extra $100, extra $150 on top of what I already do outside of catering orders. Let's say $50 less than that, $50 less than the 120, so maybe 70. But if I'm getting a catering every single day, I want it to at least be worth the time, worth the miles, and something that I can build a schedule around, increasing my profitability. Now, this isn't a cheat code necessarily, but it's most definitely an upgrade to your DoorDash experience on the platform. You still got to know when to decline the trash and when to lock in. Because if you don't know when to do that, none of the things that you hearing or seeing in this video gonna matter at all. Less guessing equals a better hourly rate. And better planning equals less gas wasted. And we all know gas is high as that one thing right now. So anything you can do to save yourself the petrol on the metro, that's gonna be good to go. More focus on high value time block. That's another one, because a lot of times, you might hop out and turn the DoorDash app on even at a time where it's not so busy. But now, even at those not so busier times, it could be lucrative offers out there for you. Some Dashers won't see many catering offers. It might be saturated with catering drivers. That is something that could happen. That's something you gotta keep in the back of your mind. I don't know if this may be true, but acceptance rate could have a part to play on if you get invited to the program, how many orders you see once you get in the program. At the end of the day, this is still DoorDash, so they still gonna have that ability, and they probably will do some type of acceptance rate manipulation when it comes to the priority that we see as Dashers within the catering program on the DoorDash app. So keep that in mind too. Acceptance rate might matter. I'm gonna be testing this in real time to see if any catering actually increases my hourly rate, and if I can even get any catering while I got a low acceptance rate, or will I need to get it high? I'm gonna test it out. They haven't sent me the email yet, but when they do, you'll be the first one to find out, so don't you worry about it. And if you want to, I'll drop a full breakdown after a week of using it. We'll get some nice concrete results, some good research data to mess around with. But the overall thing is, make sure if you got this email, you're signing up, you're taking advantage, you're doing everything in your power to make sure when that program go live, you ready to go. Because if DoorDash sending out this email, you best believe they already did they side on the other end of the spectrum with the merchants, getting that already set up and linked up. So once these orders are really starting to go live, you want to make sure you're in the right place at the right time to capitalize. It's been probably 4 months. No, I don't want to say 4 months. It's about to be May. Okay, so it's probably been 2 months since I seen a catering order on the DoorDash app. And that's not really a long time. I usually have a really low acceptance rate, so that's not a long time for someone who not at the highest level of the acceptance rate spectrum. I got a catering order with a 21% acceptance rate, which ain't unheard of, but it's like, go ahead, let's do this program, DoorDash, because